But that's the point. We don't need to earn the present moment. Just like we don't have to earn our nose, we don't have to earn flow. We're already there. I don't know about you, but I always get in flow when I do laundry. Nah, sorry, dude. Need to flow? Make an omelet. No problem. Give me a break. I know you've probably heard of it, this magical, mythical place that we can all of a sudden enter into, where we are one with everything. We're not working, we're just flowing, and everything we do is perfect, and it's like time stands still. We're completely in this moment. It's all magical. And we gotta get back there, you know? Like if we lived our life in flow, we could flow max like the CEOs, and we'd be earning all our money and making incredible work, and like, you know, we'd never have a single problem if we would just like get back into that state of flow. Tough luck. Doesn't exist. It's a lie. Flow exists. I'm being cheeky, but it's not a state. This is the really fascinating thing. It's almost like a bit of a materialist bait and switch when we talk about things this way. So we don't need to earn our way into our being. We don't need to earn our way into the present moment. We don't need to earn our noses. We already have it. I would submit to you that flow is the same thing. I see flow as synonymous with being, with joy, with, you know, oneness, with presence, and ourself, and knowing who we really are. And this is always underlining our experience. This is always going on. We just forget it. We just don't remember. I'm reminded of this quote by the venerable Sufi mystic Rumi. Allow me. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. So swap out love for flow. Your task is not to seek for flow, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. And these barriers are, you know, could be anything. I mean, you know, thoughts, fears, anxieties, perfectionism's a big one, screens, you know, dopamine, all that kind of stuff. But these are all just barriers that, yeah, while they're real, but we really just have to let them go. Just let them go and you'll flow. That was good. I was doing some research about nature and parks and stuff, and when they were invented. Like they're pretty recent. Parks are like kind of like a couple centuries old from what I could tell. Maybe not quite that, but it's the idea of having us here and nature's out there, and we need to travel to it. We need to earn it, you know? We need to cross this threshold to get to it. When, you know, nature is we are nature. We're a part of nature. So to have it separate from us is kind of an interesting, it's a materialist kind of switch. And I would argue it's kind of capitalist, like the way we're seeing flow as a state. We need to earn ourselves too. Like we get these presence points, or we like, you know, really meditate. We're really in the moment. We earn this moment, but that's the point. We don't need to earn the present moment. Just like we don't have to earn our nose. We don't have to earn flow. We're already there. So it's the dropping of those obstacles to realize, to remember that we're already there. We're not creating it. We're not achieving it. We're remembering that we're already there. And how do we remember that? Well, you know, the usual kind of methods: mindfulness, embodiment, presence. I mean, it can happen extremely accidental and all of a sudden, state of flow. I think most people have had an experience like that, and that's wonderful. But to come back to our bodies as a practice, to come back to the moment as a practice, to remember our being as a practice, we can just be there more, and we can slowly build that space with intention. We use our attention with intention to get there. And it doesn't have to be that mystical. It can be mystical. Things are fun, but what's really magic is how normal or natural, I'm going to use natural, these things really are, and how we really have access to them because we are them. We are from that. So that kind of a language thing, it's not a small thing. It's an interesting way of how we're seen as unworthy, or we can see ourselves as unworthy because we haven't earned certain thing, or we haven't done enough work, or we haven't built enough capital, meditation capital, or whatever, because we're just already there. And I think that's a fantastic thing that we can sort of come back around. And sitting there, we realize that this practice of mindfulness, of present work, is actually the most natural thing in the world. It is a flow, and it's always waiting for us. I just wanted to share that stuff with you, and I hope you have a really great flowy day. You got this.